Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into something truly fascinating together. We're going to explore how cutting-edge AI can completely transform one of the most chaotic, overwhelming pilgrimage experiences on Earth into a perfectly seamless, synchronized journey. We're talking about taking millions of visitors and using technology to guide them beautifully, right from their own living rooms all the way to the temple doors. Just picture this for a second. What actually happens when tens of thousands of people wake up, independently book their transport, find their own hotels, and then decide to arrive at the exact same temple on the exact same day? It's pure chaos, right? Currently, by the time pilgrims actually reach a massive site like Tirumala, it's honestly already too late. That grueling 24-hour queue has already formed, and authorities are just stuck reacting to the crush of humanity.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this idea right here absolutely changes everything. Tirumala doesn't actually have a crowd problem. It has a demand prediction and flow control problem. The real issue isn't the sheer number of people. It's the fact that nobody knows exactly when those people are going to show up. So to fix this, a technologically advanced system needs to step in and regulate the journey before a single devotee even steps out their front door. Think about it like air traffic control. Imagine the absolute chaos if airplanes just took off and flew whenever they wanted to. Every airport in the world would just instantly collapse. But instead, we have order. Every single aircraft gets a specific slot, runways have a defined capacity, and every minute is meticulously planned. If we apply this exact same principle to a pilgrimage, we stop trying to control devotees at the temple, and we start managing their flow from the very city where they begin their journey. So let's look at Phase 1, planning from your couch. This is where the AI Pilgrim Flow Management System, or AI PFMS, kicks in. The journey no longer starts at the temple gates, it starts right in your living room with a digital pilgrim passport. Now, just to be clear, this isn't Aadhaar, it's a unique Tirumala ID that stores your family details, your preferred language, and any accessibility needs you might have. Because of this, the AI suddenly knows exactly who is coming, which means it shifts from just reacting to crowds to actively predicting them. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the AI uses this passport data to act almost exactly like Netflix. Just like Netflix nudges you toward movies, this AI recommendation engine recommends travel dates. Say you want to visit on a Saturday. The app might warn you, hey, you're looking at a 19-hour wait. But right next to it, it offers an alternative. Come on Friday instead, and you'll wait just 48 minutes. The data shows that 95% of people will naturally shift their plans. No force required at all, just smart digital nudging. But what if a day is still stubbornly over capacity? Well, that brings us to Layer 6, city-level crowd regulation. Let's say 15,000 people are trying to leave Hyderabad, but the AI knows there's only capacity for 6,000 today. The app flashes a warning and actually offers incredible friendly perks to delay the trip by just one single day. We're talking a free laddu, discounted accommodation, a free bus ride, priority parking. People naturally spread themselves out when the system makes it super rewarding for them to do so. Which brings us to Phase 2, the synchronized journey. So our pilgrim has booked their ideal date. Now the actual travel happens, and that chaotic scramble is replaced by one seamless chain. And this brilliantly illustrates how smart journey booking works. Instead of you independently booking a bus, then a hotel, then a temple slot, the AI works backward to create one synchronized booking. If your darshan is at 4 p.m., the AI automatically schedules your queue entry for 3 p.m., your room check-in for 11 a.m., your bus for 10 a.m., and your train arrival for 9 a.m. You flow through the entire day with absolutely zero unnecessary waiting. All right, so our hypothetical family has finally arrived at Tirumala. Let's move to Phase 3, smart queues and darshan. Let's look at how the physical foot traffic is managed on site. In the old system, you might get a generic 10 a.m. slot, which means 5,000 people show up at 8 a.m. and create a massive, stressful bottleneck. Well, the AI system fixes this with dynamic slot allocation. We say goodbye to those massive time blocks and say hello to precise boarding passes. The queue never explodes because entry is heavily, heavily regulated. Exactly like at the airport, families receive hyper-specific micro-slots. So Family 1 enters at 3:12 p.m., Family 2 at 3:16 p.m., Family 3 at 3:20 p.m., and so on. By trickling in roughly 150 people every few minutes, the physical queue just never gets a chance to build up. Once you're inside, an AI queue controller layer takes over. Think of this as Google Maps, but for foot traffic. Computer vision cameras act as the eyes, continuously measuring queue density and walking speed. They can even detect medical emergencies or children who have gotten separated from their parents. If one corridor starts to slow down, the AI instantly reroutes the crowd to a different path in real time.
To make moving around even easier, there's an optional smart wearable band. It's just a simple QR or RFID wristband that replaces a whole pocket full of annoying paper slips. This single band holds your family details, your queue number, meal coupons, and room key. It lets you make cashless purchases and, maybe most importantly, acts as a rapid recovery tool if a kid gets lost in the crowd. Now, let's peek behind the curtain with Phase 4, the invisible AI workforce. It sounds almost like magic, right? But the underlying tech making this stress-free pilgrimage possible is a multi-agent AI system. This isn't just one single program. It's an entire team of specialized AI agents. The demand agent forecasts arrivals, the transport agent coordinates the buses, the medical agent positions ambulances, and the communication agent sends updates right to your phone. They silently talk to each other in real time to keep the entire city running smoothly. So the crucial point is how authorities can safely test all of this. They use a digital twin, which is a complete, living 3D simulation of every single road, queue, and food counter. It's basically a superpower for city planners. Before changing any physical rules, they can ask the AI, hey, what happens if 20,000 people suddenly arrive at Gate B? The AI simulates it instantly, so officials can solve massive crowd crushes before they ever happen in the physical world. When you put all these layers together, the expected results are just staggering. We go from a grueling 24-hour physical queue to a seamless, highly efficient flow where most wait under 2 to 3 hours. We shift from authorities just reacting to crowds to predicting them. We move from messy, independent bookings to an end-to-end synchronized journey. It completely changes the entire paradigm of how we manage crowds. Let's wrap up by looking at Phase 5, the future of pilgrimage. Let's move to and see how this builds into something global. Because a system this powerful isn't just a solution for one temple, it's a blueprint for the whole world. This exact same predictive framework could easily solve major operational challenges for millions of global visitors at other massive sites. We're talking about the Vaishno Devi Shrine, Sabrimala, Kashi Vishwanath, and even monumental global events like the Hajj pilgrimage. We've seen how predictive flow management changes absolutely everything, ensuring the queue begins digitally at home rather than physically at the gates. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. If AI can seamlessly, safely, and comfortably guide a pilgrim from their living room all the way to the temple doors, what other massive global crowds, events, or cities could we tame? I'll let you think about that. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparked your curiosity as much as it did mine.